2022 now. I don't know how many years this has been doing now, but yesterday I folded up the side cover and strapped it down so I can keep the cover on most of it but still get in it and use it and fix it. So this is how it was left last year. I was in here yesterday just emptying a bit, and then I stuck down a few more pieces of wood on the door panel, which is going against where the door frame is here for the edge of the kitchen. I've done videos for the bunk beds and the front beds, but I'm going to do it so it's all in a oneer rather than doing little bit videos. Yeah, just so it's a complete video rather than just half a job sort of thing. So on the door frame I've used the old one as a template because the bottom of it was rotten. Ply that's been left over from the walls, and then I've cut down some what size is this, 18 by 94 lengths of PSE. I can't remember how thick I've table sawed them down to. I'll have to measure it when I do the proper video. And then stuck them on, and then used bits of wood and then radiator buckets of logs to keep the weight on it so it sticks nice and flat. So now I just need to jigsaw around the outer edge of the bits of wood I've stuck down, and then hopefully that's the door edge done. I'm only going to apply the top half of it because, as you can see on the old one, it's only done the top half and then that bottom section, because I'm presuming the bits of wood there were used for shelves. So obviously I don't know where the shelves are going because I don't know the layout of the kitchen. But I need to get this panel on and the other end panel on so that I can work out the kitchen layout. Obviously the fridge has to go where the exhaust is poking through. Once the kitchen's done, then I know this side's nice and structural, because I don't think I'm going to make it 100% finished before it gets used. There's still a ply to put on the bases of the bunk beds, and then once the kitchen's in, I'll know how far out I want to come with the bathroom, which I'm repositioning to the middle, hence why the bunk beds are supported up with clamps at the minute. I've got a Thetford toilet to go in, so it's deciding whether or not to put the Thetford toilet where the wheel well is, because I'm going to do it so that you can unload the toilet from the inside rather than cutting it into the outside. The other thing I could do is put the toilet there between the wheel well and the end of the bed at the front. But it's one of them, if you're going to have a shower, how much room do you want? Do you want more room for the shower or have to squeeze yourself next to a footwell? It just depends on where I want the door sort of thing, and where it's going to be easier to unload the cassette of the toilet. And obviously it depends how far out that wall comes to where the kitchen is. It's a lot of measuring, but I need the kitchen in first to be able to tell. So once the kitchen's done, I've got the top locker, which I'm going to have to extend. I'll show you where this... But the problem is the top locker only come to about there, I think, because that's where the bathroom started. So I'm either going to have to make some sort of shelf, because obviously this is where the end of the kitchen can come to, or whether to do a shelf there, have the end panel for the kitchen there, and then maybe, I don't know yet, put like a tall thin cupboard, whether for hanging clothes or shelves in it. I don't know, because under the back bunk you're going to have stuff, don't know what, whether it's going to be drawers or lift up storage, and obviously you've got the storage at the front full of rubbish. And then I've still got to redo the storage locker there because it was broken. And then it's just a matter of doing the fancy bits, but as long as the structural walls are in and all the plying that's on the beds, it can be used. And obviously I'll put the trims covering all the joints in the plywood and the hardboard, and then it can be used at least as like a glamping pod rather than a caravan until I get all the wiring and that done and plumbing, because I'd rather use it at least. And then the outside obviously needs a couple more coats of paint, but I thought while the weather's still cold I will try and start finishing the interior, so when the weather's warm I can just put a couple of coats of paint on, put the finishing trims in, the inserts, and then it's done. But yeah, first little insight on the 4 bunks at the back. You've got your bottom bunk there, which goes right to the end, second bunk across, third bunk, fourth bunk. Hopefully it's enough room for 4 kids and it. See you later.